we are here with TrainerRedVGC, a big max overgrowth going into a Gastrodon is what we're seeing to start us off. Dialga on the field looks like a Max Incineroar.
Yeah,
We're seeing
Max
another
Instant.
Max
All right,
Incineroar.
everybody, get your bingo cards out. You did it.
There it is. There is the Max Incin.
All right.
And the Gastrodon, big chilling Naboost getting that Calyrex for that max overgrowth, and a Trick Room coming off of Dialga, which is definitely going to help out that Calyrex.
Yeah, that kind of looks like it's ate up a Max Flare from the Ensign,
Mhm.
but and also right out the gate, it decided to use a Max Overgrowth, a fairly uncommon move that you see on a Cali, but
Yeah,
it's possible. I wonder what move that used that replaced in order to have that.
it is. It is. That's a very interesting. I guess it's a very interesting part that we've jumped in on this match for sure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because
Uh,
it's like a 1v3, and it's a Max Ensign on the other side.
yeah, that's again, a very interesting situation. Torkoal coming in, Calyrex going for the high horsepower into Ensign, leaving it with just a sliver of health left. Max Flare is going to go right in that Torkoal slot again, not doing much damage to this Torkoal, fire type, big beefy boy, sitting on this grassy terrain. It's going to get a little bit of that health back, and same for Calyrex. It was sitting healthily at 15, and now it's sitting just a little bit at that 27. Ensign also going to get that health back as well. But yeah, now you're in a position where I guess, yeah, you've only got one Mon left on the other side of the field. This seems like it's a, yeah,
Yeah, it seems that
easy win for Trainer Red here.
yeah, it seems that Red's opponent just got caught off guard with an early Dynamax on the horse. I'm assuming, and then they had like no other viable options except to use like the big Ensign.
Yeah, yeah, that
Um,
a big Ensign is usually a kind of like a last, like something that you do when all other options have failed, right?
yep, and then
Ensign just
we
does so much better outside of Dynamax.
mm-hmm. So we'll have to see what the teams are actually before we can actually go into it. Like
Yeah,
say, oh yeah, swap on that. No, do that.
right,
Um,
right.
yeah.
We'll get a better a bird's eye view of this match from here. So going into match 2 here, looks like we've got um, well, Thundurus. We've got Gothitelle, Thundurus, Calyrex, Torkoal. We know that we've got Dialga, and I believe the other one is an Entei.
Yeah, I think it's an
Um,
Entei.
and what do we have on the opponent side of the field here?
Well, we have Veldog or Doggy Darko with an
Mhm.
Ensign, Gastrodon, Regieleki, and a Lando T. Okay, so yeah, looks like Trainer Red's side is gonna be very, very nice in Trick Room. So they're gonna
Yeah,
fight tooth and nail to getting that up.
100%. Trick Room is definitely something that you want to see here, though of course, Thundurus and I think that Entei sitting with a Choice Scarf definitely would like to go fast if possible. But
Mhm.
a Choice Scarf Entei also using Extreme Speed can do really well in a Trick Room, anyways. So it's all up to what else you got there. A very interesting team here. Bring with Calyrex, Entei,
Yeah,
Torkoal,
again,
Gothitelle.
more
Focus
matches.
Sash Gothitelle. That's a really weird one, right?
Yeah, Gothitelle like kind of wants to stick around just because of a Shadow Tag,
Hmm.
and believe me, it's super annoying to fight a Gothitelle. Just
Yeah.
because no fun allowed. I'm gonna go and make it so that you can't do anything cool.
Yeah. And we see Yveltal and Incineroar leading for Trainer Red's opponent here. And Trainer Red is going to come out here with a Calyrex and Thundy. So Red here, I mean, we've seen this lead actually a lot this tournament before, right? This is the same thing that Nibs was leading with. That was really successful for him in that first round. Thunderous getting those defiant boosts whenever you see an Incineroar out there, super duper critical. But Yveltal does put a lot of good pressure on the Calyrex.
Yeah, so Trainer Red did a very interesting lead here, basically saying, okay, if you have Incin, I'm gonna sweep with my Thundy. If you don't bring in Incin, Calyrex.
Yeah,
So then basically now Yveltal's in a very rough spot because Thundy's eyeing it down. They could swap into Gastro.
right.
Maybe they can read that and just go into Max Knuckle into Incin instead. But I think that Trainer Red is in a very good spot right now.
Yeah, we certainly shall see. I mean, the Ensign and Yveltal again putting a lot of pressure here. But if you can get up a trick room here, you could probably really get things rolling. We're gonna see a Dynamax right off the bat, and that is going to go to Yveltal. Um, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on again the Calyrex, which has been the main target of the pressure as far. We got the fake out coming from Ensign. So Calyrex not really doing anything this round, but a big superpower coming off
Oh,
the Ensign, leaving it with its
Sash
focus
instant.
sash.
Okay.
Um, Very interesting. Uh, you don't really see Ensign running a sash very often, but we see a max airstream coming off of Yveltal into that Calyrex slot, and it leaves it with 50% of its health, still healthily within the green there. The fake out, again, making sure that this Calyrex is not doing anything too tricky this first turn here.
Yeah,
But
surprisingly, Thunders didn't max there, which
yeah.
like they at this point now Yveltal is kind of sitting easy.
Hmm.
Now can just throw in some max darknesses, and Instinct can throw out a flare blitz just in case if it doesn't get attacked this turn. Also, Calyrex is in a rougher position now. It can't really get Trick Room off as easily,
Right.
especially with a Yveltal on that side. Oh my god! But it looks like that the opponent did get away with a pretty good deal right there.
Hmm.
Yes, your instance at Sash, but you got to count your blessings, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot that was definitely some momentum switching there. Max Darkness coming off of from the Yveltal into the opponent here, taking out that Thunderous completely. So no more superpower Thunderous going around smacking everybody around with that Defiant boosted mess. And we see a Flare Blitz coming off of Ensign into the Calyrex, which will take it all the way out, clearing the field on red side.
Yeah, it looks like Red's kind of against a wall right now.
Yeah.
I guess that they try to overpredict, trying to make sure that that they get the trick 'em up, and they got a
Hmm.
pretty bad bargain right there. Um, but it
Yeah.
looks like that their opponent also gets a free swap just because of Flare Blitz's recoil. So looks like their opponent's been is sitting pretty good right now.
Right, right. Gothitelle coming in here. Uh, and we
So
also have
that is
Gastrodon coming
that
in
is a
for the other side. And we have Dialga filling out red side of the field.
all right. I like to say that that is a freaking sweet sounding Gastrodon name right there. That's a
I know,
good
right?
one.
Is that
Um,
its like French name or something? Or I
I
don't
gotta
know.
look that up. But yeah, Dialga has to max here because Gothitelle sure doesn't want it. But right
Right.
now, Gastro's kind of pinned because of the shadow tag. You gotta get, but Yveltal is still gonna stick around. Max Darknesses would be an issue.
Hmm.
Trying to get rid of any of the just try and finish it off. Doesn't have to worry about Alice, which doesn't have to worry about anything.
Right.
And then now then it's a 1v3. Yeah, 1v3.
Right.
Yeah, so that sounds like a decent idea right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trainer Red is looking like they're going to be doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll see. We're in the middle of an ad break right now, so hopefully when we get a chance to get on the other side of that, we'll catch up to where they're at. But again, Trainer Red really on the heels here. 2 mons down. You don't want to definitely have your side of the field cleared that early on, and Yveltal's still big, but you still got Dynamax in your back pocket, so that could always come in handy. And that is a mechanic that was meant to be a tide changer. So we'll see if it indeed does turn the tide. And we're back. It looks like a Trick Room just got off. Gothitelle is able to twist those dimensions. And Yveltal is small. So we got a big Dialga and a small Yveltal. And a big momentum switch here for Trainer Red. Looks like the Sash came in handy as Gothitelle sitting right there healthy at 1 HP.
Yeah, I think that Yveltal's gonna try and power down this this Dialga as much as possible before it actually goes out,
Mhm.
because Snarl is gonna knock out the Goth, Oh, and a yawn.
Oh no, a big yawn comes off of the Gastrodon into Dialga, and a Max Lightning to return back on Yveltal, so that yawn really not mattering very much at all. That helping hand from Gothitelle really coming in handy here. So Gothitelle able to live now for another turn. Yawn not going to have any effect with that Electric Train now taking advantage, and that means yet again another helping hand Dialga to hopefully help really clean this up here for Trainer Red.
That changes a lot, actually.
Really does.
Like what? Gastrodon, the coolest named Gastrodon in the world. It can't really do much. It can Earth Power, but it risks of activating a very common item Dialga weakness policy.
Right.
And then also like Max Quake, which is very common on Dialga, can like one-shot that Zacian if they don't.
Especially with the helping hand boost from Gothitelle, like it was rocking last turn. There's no reason why not to do that same thing again if you're sitting there with just a Focus Sash, right? Anything's going to take it out, so might as well get that. And that's exactly what we see here. Helping hand going into Dialga, and a Protect going off on the Gastrodon. Max Quake going off of Dialga into that Zacian, and this really may have turned the tide completely for Trainer Red. And Dialga really putting in the work here. Taking this down. Boom, a big special defense buff. No, they didn't expect it at all. The Protect there, I mean, that pretty much, I think, really sealed the deal there.
Yeah, Max Lightning did buckets of help for them.
Right.
Like, basically just making it so that they can't, getting rid of the Yawn. Basically now it's just, little baby Gastro versus a Dialga that doesn't appreciate it that much. Looks like it is Life Orb. So and it just ran out of Protect. It gets like one hit. If it doesn't one-shot this Dialga, it's in hot water.
Yeah, it's gonna be and it's not doing that. So we see the Earth Power firing back from Dialga into the Gastrodon, and it leaves it still with some health left. And it does have a berry, but the Gastrodon is attacking first here, so this is an interesting position to be in. Because you have the Trick Room here, so oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, so it looks like Gastrodon's going to try and aim right down for,
and we see Gothitelle going in for the helping hand. We see Gastrodon going for an Earth Power. Is it enough to take out Dialga? It is enough to take out Dialga.
Okay,
so what a switch here.
Yeah, and no more dimensions. Does Gothitelle have anything to fight this Gastro?
Oh my gosh, it is completely. Oh man, it's just completely utilitarian. It's got nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunate.
Wow. Poor Trainer Red. That is a heartbreaker. But now it looks like it's gonna go.
Critical hit too.
Just a little salt. But that'll take us then to a game 3 for this one, right? I think that was, or was it the first one?
Yeah, I think so. That time for game 3. That the Trainer Red the lack of Gothitelle's attacking actually didn't really. Yeah, it just couldn't actually do anything to it as soon as
that Max Lightning was critical though, and I think that Trainer Red really thought the match was won after that Max Lightning, and it wasn't. There was still plenty more match to be played, and to be honest, they needed to think of something that was going to help them with the late game, and there was nothing that they had there on that Gothitelle that does it. And that's why if you have a support mon, you always have some kind of damage dealing move. Even if it doesn't do much damage, you can break a Focus Sash, you can do something else with it. It is very, very handy to have that. And so they're not just taunt bait either, right? Yeah. One taunt really takes that out of there completely.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. Did Dialga actually have a dragon move, or did it just go for an Earth Power?
It just went for Earth Power.
Yeah, because maybe like Helping Hand, Roar of Time, that would have sealed the deal. Because Stab
that might have
a way fatter hit. I mean, you have a turn to recharge, but you don't need it if you're just gonna slam them.
That's a tough situation to be in. So hopefully, I think we're going to be switching over to Trainer Red pretty soon here, and when we do, we'll kind of see how that ends up working out. So looks like we're going to transition over now. Yep. And Incineroar Yveltal is going to be the lead for the opponent, and we see Dialga Calyrex on Trainer Red's side of the field here.
All right, so looks like Trainer Red decided to play a bit more conservative, not bring the Thundy again, not bring the Thundy here, which might be a bit of a missed opportunity just because of the Yveltal probably gonna want to max again. Try and fight that Cali before it gets nasty.
Yeah, for sure. We I think this was the lead that really helped that last match really go the way that it did. And Yveltal was a really strong early lead. I mean, clearing red side of the field early on really switched the momentum there to where Dialga had to put in a lot of the work, and Dialga did put in a lot of the work, but not quite enough to really finish the game out. And I think that Red's got to be really aware of that this time.
It looks like yeah, I think they're just gonna really trying hard to get Trick Room up.
Looks like we have a switch in, and Gothitelle comes in for Calyrex. We see a Max, and I believe that we've seen that repeat ball Max before, and it is Yveltal coming in for the opponent here, and we'll see also a Max on here for Trainer Red's side, which is good. I mean, you really, at this point, at this early in the match, and especially in Game 3, you need to match that energy on the other side of the field, and that's what we have Trainer Red here doing with the big Dialga, the legendary Time Dragon. Let's see if we can get past this one. Max Darkness coming out of Yveltal. It's going to go into the Gothitelle. That's going to take it down to its Sash. And doing super effective damage and a critical sped depth drop. That is, again, really critical to these mons that don't like these dark type moves. Parting shot into Gothitelle. Luckily, Gothitelle has literally 0 attack moves. So not too big of a deal there, but a good pivot for Incin to be able to milk those Intimidates.
I think that Trainer Red's opponent really wanted that thing dead. And if it didn't die, I want to nerf it. But I think if it were a bit more aggressive, then it would have taken care of, then it would have made it so that it's not going to get helping handed. It's not going to get helping handed Max Lightning like last time. Right.
And Gastrodon, the bane of Red's existence that last match, taking a really gnarly Max Earthquake or Max Quake into the free slot there, activating that berry, still ending off the turn with a healthy amount of HP. But
yeah, Trainer Red is hovering over that. It's like, should I do it? Should I do it again? Should I do the funny? Because it worked especially well against his opponent last turn.
Yeah.
Last game.
And you can also see the Trick Room also being a potential option there. So really critical position here. Protect going off for the Gastrodon on the opposing side. We see a Max Darkness coming off of Yveltal and going into the Gothitelle slot, taking off its 1 HP left. But Dialga will still get that Max Quake off into the Gastrodon. Still not doing a lot more damage than it normally would, but at least doing something. And getting a critical Sped F boost to offset some of these Max Darkness drops.
Yeah, so it's been Max Dark, Max Quake, Max Dark, Max Quake. So it's just at neutral. Dialga's just trying to fight to get its special defense up, while his opponent is tearing through with Goth, threatening out the Calyrex. So that basically Trainer Red has to be forced to show off the last bond.
Right. Torkoal coming in, making things a little bit brighter on the field, despite the giant dark swirling clouds overhead. But really, Game 3 here, really looking to get close, kind of taking blow for blow here. But momentum seems to be on the opposing side here. What do you feel, Up Smash?
Well, Yveltal is gonna. There is no trick room up, so Torkoal's
Right.
gonna have to take one big max darkness, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we see that max darkness right into that
Whoa.
Torkoal, but Torkoal survives with 5 HP. Very interesting here.
That was a bigger max darkness than anticipated.
Right,
Jeez.
invisible focus sash is there, really helping out. Max lightning going into Yveltal, not doing too much. Bacon Boy is pretty beefy, but it is going to set up that critical electric terrain, so we know that those yawns not going to be doing too much.
Yeah, Dialga really showed the gas show that no yawns here.
No yawns here, and we see that Earth Power going into Torkoal, making sure that there is no more drought shenanigans coming up. And now Calyrex is on the field, and there's not really anything that Red can do to avoid it taking a max darkness.
Yeah, I think like both mons are small this turn.
Mm-hmm.
But still, a small Yveltal is also a big deal. It could foul play you.
Right.
And
I
like,
do think
that
Dialga gets so his Dialga has Trick Room. He can Trick Room here and then protect with. Oh, he doesn't have protect.
Nope.
That's the problem. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, then they would have to like try and eat up whatever they have for this on the other side. But the other side did a very good job at using all their Dynamax turns while also denying them theirs. By protecting with their Gastro, it does take some damage, but it still makes it so that the other turn, so the other boy, that Yveltal does not get hit, and that's basically the issue. That's basically what you need to do right at the end. If you make Dialga like keep on swinging, especially with the Life Orb, it's gonna run itself out.
100%. Yveltal going in for a foul play on Calyrex, and it absolutely decimates it. Trainer Red knew that was happening. See the look of frustration over there for sure. Earth Power going into Dialga, and that will take it out, clearing Trainer Red's side of the field. And that will do it for this match. So this one is going to go to a
to Naji,
Naji 2-1. Yeah.
2-1? 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, because the first match was Trainer Red, right? That was game 3.
Okay.
So GG's Naji, GG's Trainer Red. Make sure to go follow Trainer Red as well. I believe it's TrainerRedVGC on Twitch.